like you click on a document and it was a loud, we'll call it a noise from a woman that turned your volume all the way up. I've done that in a.
This episode is made possible by OIT VoIP. Find your best-in-class revenue generation for MSPs all over the world. Learn more via the link in the show notes.
Good morning and welcome to the December 5th episode of MSP Dispatch, your source for news, community events, and commentary in the MSP channel. My name is Tony Francisco, joined by my co-host, Mr. Brandon Martinez. How are you doing today?
It is. I am glad to be back. My cat decided to come make a guest appearance today, so
I was like,
say hello to the internet.
There's gonna be some massive viral video of the cat attacking you or something at that one particular moment. It's like, yeah, hooray, 274.
The joys of a home office. I love it.
Yeah. Hey, you know what you do? Let's jump in the news.
Yes.
Let's do it. First story of the day, Microsoft says it's not using your Word Excel data for AI training. Story from bleepingcomputer.com from Sergio Gatlan. Microsoft has denied claims that it uses data from Microsoft 365 apps, like Word, Excel, to train its AI models. The rumors began after a Tumblr blog post suggested that the company used a feature called Connected Experiences to scrape customer data for AI training. Microsoft clarified that the data from these apps is not used for training large language models. The Connected Experiences feature, available since 2019, enables tools like co-authoring and real-time grammar suggestions. It is optional, and users can turn it off or on through the app's privacy settings. Microsoft also stated that AI features in Microsoft 365, like those in PowerPoint and Word, use simpler machine learning algorithms, not generative AI. Brandon, this is where you and I talked about AI getting hold of our data in a previous episode, and we were talking about how much data they have access to and what can they do with it. People are suggesting that they now have access to things in real time. Can you imagine if they actually were looking at your data in real time, almost like you had a speaker on your desk that had a name that you could say something that was listening to you all the time, or your phone that maybe you could say something that rhymes with, hey, Beery, or Alexa, or something like that. I'm trying to figure out, because that would be terrifying. No one would allow that ever, right?
No, never. I appreciate using those fake names so my entire house didn't start listening to us right now. But no, good point. I mean, it's crazy how much people willingly let into their lives and let companies like Microsoft, Apple, Google, Amazon listen to them or read their text or, whatever without thinking about it. It's interesting to see the note on there towards the end of the story where they say it is using simple machine learning algorithms and not generative AI for actions in PowerPoint and Word. So it does seem like they are putting some rails on it to make sure that it stays within the application reasonably. But at some point, that data has to go somewhere. I mean, it's not all running on device.
In the event that this data is being reviewed in real time, I would love to see the actual policies, but there are going to be some incidents where things are installed in the background, and that is called malware in theory, or a feature, depending on which way you look at it, as that we just covered. But your next story covers exactly that. Why don't we jump into it?
The SpyLoan Android malware on Google Play has been installed 8 million times. This one is from the Hacker News. Over a dozen malicious Android apps, collectively downloaded over 8 million times, have been found to contain SpyLoan malware, according to McAfee Labs. These apps, promising quick loans of minimal requirements, trick users into providing sensitive information and granting excessive app permissions. Targeting users in countries like Mexico, Colombia, and Vietnam, these apps exploit financial desperation to extort users into paying high-interest loans or threatening them with stolen photos. SpyLoan apps collect personal data, which is exfiltrated to a command and control server. Using similar code across regions, they indicate a shared framework sold to cybercriminals, allowing exploitation of local vulnerabilities with a consistent scam model. We are seeing a lot of financially motivated fraud. Remember when computer viruses used to just pop up a little picture like, haha, I got you. Shout out to all my hacker friends online, and they didn't steal your bank account and all your cryptocurrency. I want to bring that kind back. That was fun.
I can't even mention the names. Like you click on a document and it was a loud, we'll call it a noise from a woman that turned your volume all the way up. I've done that in a library. I've done that in an airport. But this is back in the 90s. Now I've got your data, and if you want it back, you're going to pay me for it. So in the event of malware targeting these foreign countries for financial opportunities, do you think that is the low-hanging fruit, or do you think that maybe that's where the malware of the United States has moved to lesser educated or less technology-based countries now that the policies and processes have been pretty hardened in the United States compared to a lot of places? Is that a possibility of what's happening?
I think there's a pretty wide spread throughout the complexity of it. You have the threat actors going after these high value targets and spending days, weeks, months laying low in systems and escalating themselves and moving laterally and trying to get as much data and damage out as they possibly can before dropping their extortion. And then you have threat actors who are finding, as you said, the lower hanging fruits, the individuals who are social engineered into doing things. This is not unique to the countries mentioned in this news article. There's a lot of financial fraud scams hitting North America.
What an amazing world we live in. But a way to stay on top of all this stuff is just be involved and listen to other members and see what they're talking about. It'd be really cool if there were some community events happening. Maybe. Can you talk about this?
Maybe. Let's see. Well, right now we have GrowCon 24 presented by Marketpedia going on right now in St. Petersburg, Florida. MSP Growth Day presented by Technology Marketing Toolkit, another in-person event on the 10th of December in La Jolla, California. And then lastly, we have the MSP M&A Growth Show presented by Channel Program, an in-person event on the 11th of December in Dallas, Texas.
And don't forget, everyone, if you can't make one of these events and you want to learn more, we have something out there called Discord. This Discord server is literally available at all times, and all you need to do is click on this link right here. 3, 2, 1, boom, there it is. Look at that. And you can be involved with other people talking about things that we're talking about here and things outside of the conversation. You can even suggest stories that we should talk about on a later episode. So with that, to everyone out there, thank you so much for listening and watching. Don't forget, you can share these stories with your peers, with your teams, even with your customers, and keep them educated as well, and let them know you're on top of this stuff. So with that, everyone out there, please stay educated and be safe. You want to say goodbye? I don't know if you want to say goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone. I'm going to go get my tinfoil hat out of the kitchen. Tony, I'll let you get your anxiety meds, and we'll see you on the next one.
Oh, yeah. Deal.
If you found this episode eye-opening, catch more MSP Dispatch at 10 a.m. throughout the week. Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
This has been a broadcast of the MSP Media Network.